If you woke up this week trying to make sense of US trade policy, you're not alone. In just a matter of days, the direction shifted so sharply it left markets, companies, and investors scrambling to recalibrate. What looked like an all-out global trade confrontation suddenly narrowed into something far more focused, and that shift could have real consequences for the future of Aptera. Here's what happened. Only a few days ago, the United States appeared to be moving toward aggressive tariffs across much of the world. Then came a near-complete reversal. Most countries saw their tariffs paused and reduced to a flat 10%, while China was singled out for a dramatic escalation, with tariffs jumping to an eye-watering 125%. In effect, the administration pulled back from fighting everyone at once and redirected its pressure squarely toward China. From a strategic standpoint, this move makes far more sense. Going to economic war with the entire world simultaneously would almost certainly backfire. The most likely outcome of that approach would be other nations trading around the United States, forming alternative supply chains and partnerships that leave the US increasingly isolated. That kind of economic island scenario would be deeply damaging over the long term. By contrast, narrowing the conflict to a US-China trade war at least concentrates negotiations where many unresolved issues already exist. There are legitimate disputes between the two economies, and if tariffs are being used as leverage to force real negotiations, that could eventually lead to clearer outcomes. Whether that strategy succeeds is still an open question, but the shift itself was received positively by the markets. The reaction was immediate. After days of steep declines, stocks surged. The S&P 500 jumped nearly 9.5% in a single day, clawing back much of the recent losses triggered by tariff fears. While the market remains down overall compared to the start of the month, the response was a clear signal. Investors were relieved to see global tariffs scaled back, even if tensions with China intensified. So what does all of this mean for Aptera? In the short term, this development is mostly good news. A significant portion of Aptera's components come from the European Union and South Korea. Under the earlier tariff framework, those imports faced rates well above 20%. With the revised policy, those tariffs dropped to 10%. While that's still higher than historical norms, where many of these tariffs were effectively zero or just a few percent, it's a far more manageable increase than what was previously on the table. China, however, remains a major wildcard. Some Aptera components are expected to come directly from Chinese manufacturers, such as certain air handling systems. There's also uncertainty around the drivetrain. The EMR3 unit is manufactured in China, though it may be assembled or integrated in Europe before being shipped to the United States. How that supply chain is classified for tariff purposes remains unclear. If that drivetrain ends up being hit with the full 125% tariff, the cost implications could be severe. A tariff at that level more than doubles the price of the component, and for a company like Aptera, where margins, cost discipline, and capital efficiency matter enormously, that kind of increase is not trivial. It's one of the biggest unresolved risks stemming from the current policy environment. Even so, it's worth noting that the 125% figure may not be permanent. The earlier threatened tariff rate on China was far lower, and history suggests these numbers are often used as negotiating positions rather than long-term policy. It would not be surprising to see this rate come down after talks or a political announcement claiming progress or a deal. Another important wrinkle in all of this is the existence of industry carve-outs. Fossil fuel products, for example, are exempt from these tariffs. Crude oil and related imports can continue without additional trade penalties. Many observers believe this exemption exists because of the political influence and financial backing the fossil fuel industry provides. Whether other industries receive similar carve-outs remains to be seen. This matters for Aptera in an indirect but meaningful way. Lower fuel costs are generally good for the overall economy, but they reduce consumer urgency around efficiency. When gasoline prices spike, fuel efficiency becomes a top priority for buyers. When prices fall, large vehicles and inefficient options suddenly look more appealing again. That shift in consumer behavior has played out repeatedly over the years, and it directly affects how compelling Aptera's value proposition feels to the average buyer.
Beyond specific tariffs and exemptions, the bigger issue is volatility. Policies are changing rapidly, sometimes within days. One moment, massive global tariffs are announced. 3 business days later, most of them are rolled back, while a single country is hit with unprecedented rates. This level of unpredictability makes long-term planning extremely difficult. For companies like Aptera, uncertainty is often more damaging than high costs. Manufacturing plans, supplier contracts, and pricing strategies all depend on some level of policy stability. When rules change constantly, it becomes harder to commit to timelines, negotiate confidently, or forecast expenses. That uncertainty spills into capital markets, which may be the most critical factor of all. Aptera's biggest challenge isn't demand or engineering, it's financing the transition to production. Investors become far more cautious when markets are volatile or trending downward. If large pools of capital are losing money elsewhere, there's little appetite to fund high-risk startups, no matter how promising the technology. When markets stabilize and confidence improves, funding becomes easier. Risk tolerance increases, long-term bets start to look attractive again. That's why the recent market rebound matters so much. A healthier stock market in a steadier economy dramatically improve the odds that Aptera can secure the capital it needs to move forward. On the other hand, if trade policy chaos pushes the economy into recession, the outlook becomes much tougher. In that scenario, even strong ideas struggle to attract funding. Investors retreat to safety, and ambitious manufacturing projects often get delayed or shelved entirely. So where do things leave? Right now, the latest tariff shift is a net positive for Aptera. Reduced tariffs on European and South Korean components, improved market sentiment, and a partial return of investor confidence all help. At the same time, the situation with China remains unresolved, and the broader policy environment is still unstable. Much will depend on how the next few months unfold. Tariffs could come down further, a negotiated framework with China could emerge, or this cycle of escalation and reversal could continue for years. No one can say with certainty. What is clear is that consistency matters. A stable, predictable trade environment, even with modest tariffs, is far better than constant policy whiplash. If that stability returns and capital markets remain supportive, Aptera's path forward becomes far more achievable. That's how things look right now. The picture is still evolving, and reasonable people may see it differently. As always, thoughtful discussion and differing perspectives are valuable.